What's up, everyone? Welcome back. It's another episode of Toy Talk. We got the man, the myth, the legend, unworthy collector of everything.
Yes,
How you doing, bud?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing, Chris?
I'm doing well. I'm getting over a cold, so you may hear it. But you know what I'm really happy about? Guess what I pulled the other day from a Pokemon pack?
Oh, oh, nice.
That's a cool one, right?
Yeah,
I think it's worth like $2, but it's awesome.
it's a good one if you play the game too. Like if you
Is
actually
it?
play the card game.
It's a good. It's like very powerful.
Yeah, he has it. Like you can attach your energy to your bench people. Like really get your accelerate your energy using that card.
Okay. Is this a good one?
I'm not really sure. I don't really play too many metal types just because I don't care about Dialga. Like everybody's playing Dialga and it pisses me off. I haven't really paid attention to metal.
I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about. Dialga.
Yeah.
Okay. We got Clintastic Fourth, the man of mystery.
Hello, hello.
How you doing, buddy?
Doing fantastic.
Um, you know, we didn't get to finish our talk about X-Men. I'm sure we'll get into a little bit today.
Did we even start though?
Yeah, I know. I don't even think we talked about remember. Did we talk about Gambit? I don't even know if we talked about Gambit.
I don't
I think
know.
that's as far as we talked. Yeah, we got to the last time.
Okay. Did you catch up, Unworthy?
I have not caught up. No,
Oh, okay.
I went on a long spiel about how I was tired of X Men for a little while.
And that's
Where
why
you-
I unfriended you, so
Yeah, Clint unfollowed me. He hasn't watched the show since.
I know some of you are tuning in because many of you probably have seen too much new toys, real. I kind of want to set the record straight. Like,
You got a lot of making up to do. You got a lot of explaining to do.
listen, I stand by it. Like, you don't pull forward, people. You
You-
don't.
I disagree.
No.
If the spot's there, you pull forward.
No, you don't pull forward, especially when you're going to Target for toys and you want to open up your trunk.
Maybe that's why I don't have a trunk. I haven't had a vehicle with a trunk in it since I was in high school. So maybe that's why.
Wait, what? Oh, because you have a truck. You
Yeah,
just-
trucks, SUVs,
Got it. Okay.
work vehicles.
And here's a fact: if a car is pulling in and you're going forward, and they hit you, it's your fault because you're not
For
supposed to
pulling through.
for pulling through.
That makes sense. I guess. It's a bullshit rule, but I guess that makes sense.
All right. Well, I stand by it. So Cody, come at me. That's what I say.
Now, my understanding is that
I did.
you
Crap.
must have been parking pretty close to the store. Maybe you didn't want to walk so far. 'Cause
That's
I
true
always,
too. That's
I
true
always
too.
park way in the back because I don't want any of these assholes to hit me when I'm.
Oh, so you're one. Okay, my friend's the same way. He parks as far away from anyone, like from any other people parking near him, because he doesn't want his car hit.
Yeah, I'm not all about it.
Yeah, I park as close as I can. I don't care.
Especially when I'm riding dirty on a work day, like I'm in my work vehicle and I'm supposed to be working, but I stop at Target. Like I'll park all the way on the other side of the mall and walk clear to Target through the mall, just because I don't want to have that explanation with my boss. Hey, somebody hit me at Target parking lot. Well, what were you doing at Target parking?
Okay, fair point. All right. Well, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, check out Too Much New Toys Reel today. He commented on one of my videos that I posted, a toy adventure that I posted. Now, he says it's egregious and it's disgusting that I did not pull forward when there was a space in front of me. So I just pulled in and I stopped. And there seems to be quite a debate on whether people want to pull forward or just stop. right in front of that parking spot. If you're in the chat and you're hearing this, what do you do? What do you do? I want to hear what you do. Clint, what do you do?
I am totally lost on what we're talking about.
So you park into a spot, right?
Okay.
And then there's a spot in front of you, right? Like,
Oh,
do you pull forward?
Depends on my mood. Most of the time I'll just stop, but
Yeah.
occasionally, but yeah, majority of the time I'll stop and just stay in that spot.
Guys are
You-
doing it.
Wait, say that again. You won't pull forward.
No.
Oh yeah.
Now, what about in places like Walmart is a tough one because they got the separate lanes. The parking spots are cocked at an angle. So what I do in those
Okay.
ones is I go down the wrong way and then whip my van around and pull through. That way I'm facing the exit and I don't have to back up to get. I don't have to back up to get in.
Okay, I've done that before. Yeah, I've done that before. Hold on. I got first of all, just want to say hi to Diggs Figs. How's it going, buddy?
What's up, Diggs?
Across the Toy Multiverse, how you doing?
Hey.
Machu Toy. Now, no chewing is saying that he pulls through all day. Machu agrees by instead of like just saying he pulls through, he just says, "Well, I'm not a psychopath, that's for sure." So
yeah, they get it. They get it.
And never next to the cart return. I don't know. I feel like I understand people are crazy with the cart return, but I don't mind parking next to the cart return. And no, there were not a lot of spots. And to Unworthy's point, like where I had parked was the closest like tunnel or lane towards the entrance of Target. So if I'd pulled through, I would have had to walk an additional 5 feet.
Yeah. Plus, if there's cars on either side of you, though, like you might have when you go to leave instead of backing out. Like if you have to pull out of that spot now that you're facing forward, you might have to like do a K turn just to get turned around. Keep coming out if people park real close to you.
Got it. Yeah. Next to the cart return is only really? Is that true?
See,
Well,
for me,
I slam those cars around. Plus, those dickheads that drive the cart returning machines, like the remote control things, those guys are dickheads.
Jeez.
See, I usually park near the cart returns anyway.
See,
that
okay.
way,
Clint and I are like the same person.
Like,
well, I guess
you do it all the
if
time.
you're taking a whole cart out, yeah, I guess you're gonna want to be close. But to that point, I say, be a man and don't push the cart all the way back to your car. Carry your shit. What do you? Unless you're going for groceries and you got a full cart. But if you're going like us in the terms of toy hunting,
yeah.
Listen, Big Willie, we don't need to see you flexing about how much you're spending that you need a cart to bring your toys out.
And then we need to open the trunk too.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me just read some of these comments that people put on Cody's reel. Pull-throughs are great until another car sees the open spot and collides with you. Thank you, Pear Studios. That's exactly right. Toy Father didn't even hesitate. It's like he knew ahead of time he had no intention of pulling forward. It's true.
Yeah, that bitch was straight into park. Boom.
Shocking and appalling. Toy Father has some serious explaining to do and should take accountability. Do better. Zaction figures. Wesley K says, this is why all my heroes are fictional. The real ones just let you down. Autumn Knight, why wouldn't he pull through? Toy Father, we need answers. Next, you're going to tell us he doesn't even return the cart to the cart collector. Well, that's why I parked next to it, so I don't have to walk as far. I don't pull through either. I have a Land Rover Defender, and it has a barn door, rear door. I don't want people pulling behind me. Okay.
Yeah, again, these are people. Sounds like people that need to put a bunch of shit in the back of their car.
I
Flexing.
mean, yeah, fair. D Blake makes a good point. Unless you're buying enough that you need to put it in a trunk, then pull through, it would be less convenient for trunk access. Yeah, that's true. And I mean, honestly, I never really buy a whole. I buy one figure. I don't need to put that in the trunk.
You're right. Okay, so what are you even talking about?
I don't know.
Do you hear yourself? You sound like a crazy man.
I died. I do. Comic tree. I guess I'm a lunatic then. Sometimes I pull through, sometimes I don't. You see how close people pull up to your truck and you can't get it open? Trunk and can't get open. It's true. Mike Hex, Laserman would have pulled through like a true hero. Be a hero. Toy
Be
father.
the hero we need.
I'm trying to find Machu Toy. What a lunatic. Thanks, Machu. Let's see. I'm trying to find Diggs Figs's oh, I couldn't. Why can't I
Well,
find
while
Diggs
he's looking,
Figs's?
Clint, let me pose this to you. Since you were 50-50, sometimes you pull through, sometimes you don't. If
Mhm.
you're going to pull through, and somebody starts to turn in, like they want the spot, you're pulling straight through. What do you do? Are you a gentleman? You concede and back up, or will you sit there like a stubborn ass and not move until they?
Well, I'm a gentleman, so I will pull backwards.
Lunatics, you guys are crazy.
You can't spell clintastic without class, so
Yeah.
of course I'm going to be a gentleman.
I will sit there until the sun goes down, and my boss has called me 32 times wondering why the GPS hasn't moved. I don't care. I won't move. Listen, buddy, I was pulling through here. you fuck off and go park somewhere else.
I do. I just honestly though, I do get annoyed at people that pull through because I've been on so much on the other side of trying to get into a spot, and then I have someone pull through. I'm like, I'm right here. Like now I have to go all the way around you to get to that spot again. Diggs Figs is team Toy Father. He's also Team Heat.
He's also team Mooney Ben. Then is what you're saying. Crazy man.
Being on a show with two psychopaths.
Yeah.
One of the other one being my brother from another mother. No chewing. Well, hey man.
Hey man, listen. I think that you were wrong, Chris. I think you should have. I think you should have pulled through. I'm not gonna make you feel too bad about it, but if it was me, I would have pulled through. That's all I'll say.
I mean, generally, I live my life to not do whatever Unworthy does, so I think you made the right call.
Fair. That's
Well,
fair.
it's like Clintastic knows how I'm feeling. Like
Yeah.
no chewing. I don't understand this dilemma. I don't stop. I've already parked and have exited the car when another car tries to
That's
pull
right.
into the spot. Yeah. Okay.
And yeah,
Uh,
and plus by the time Chewie gets out of the car, he's such a massive human being. What are they gonna do? Just say
yeah. They're
sorry?
yeah.
They're
They're
just
like
gonna say sorry, sir. Both of those spots belong to you.
yeah. That's yours. Just park in the middle of it. Like don't even
That's
pull
right.
through.
Park diagonal. Take up 6 spots. Nobody's
Yeah.
gonna
Take
argue
up.
with
Yeah. Yeah. Just not even. Just park like parallel park into 6 spots. Uh, so funny. I didn't even notice I did that in the video.
I like Cody. He's pretty fucking funny. So
Yes.
He
this
really
video is great.
It really is. Because I didn't realize what he's like. I was like, what is so egregious? Is because like I didn't buy any of the Holothon toys. Is that what he's talking about? And then when he said, see that right there? See?
Now, full disclosure, I didn't realize that it was Cody at first. When I saw the video that Diggs posted, and
Oh,
I,
okay.
the side by side thing, and I was like, "What is this?" Because Cody's saying like, this is egregious. This is why people hate adult toy collectors. And I'm like, let's buckle in. Let's see. I got to figure out who this guy is because nobody's going to talk to Chris this way.
I mean, I could not stop laughing when I saw that. He was so funny. Oh man, it was a great idea. He nailed it. It's the diagram that made me laugh so hard. Yeah, he did make a diagram. Check it out. Like, I could show it now, but I want you all to just check out the reel, give him the likes, give him the comments, tell us what you would do in that situation. Again, I think okay, there are two things. All right. Here's some real talk. I'm gonna break a fourth wall.
Break it down.
In my younger days, I would have pulled through. I had a girlfriend who ex now, but she always said, you shouldn't do that because if you do, and then the other person tries to pull in and hit you, it's your fault. And I was like, okay. Still didn't listen to her. And then one time we were out and we saw someone pull through and another car hit them. And she's like, see, that's their fault now. And they had to exchange numbers. I don't even know if it was found that it
Anything
was
to
their
avoid
fault or
being-
not, but I was like, oh man, that's very
Anything to
serious.
avoid having the I told you so. You know what else they say you're not supposed to do in parking lots is you're not supposed to like skate right across all the lanes to get closer to the store. Like if you pull in the entrance and there's no cars parked, you're not supposed to just drive straight through all the lanes until you get.
See, I will do like a courtesy, like pause in the parking spots and then turn into the lane I want to go to.
Explain to me what you're talking about. I'm
So like
trying to
how the
understand.
lanes, there's the drive lanes, the park lanes. So drive lane, park lane, drive lane, park lane. You
Yeah.
pull in over here and you just drive straight through, park, drive, just drive straight through them. I can't remember. There's a term for it, and I can't remember what it is. You just drive straight through everything, parking spots, the drive lanes. Just barrel right through.
Oh, when it's empty or something like that. Yeah,
You're not supposed to do that either.
Yeah.
And that's how I learned most of my defensive driving. Is like we would wait for it to snow a little bit, and then we'd go to those empty parking lots and just start gassing, spinning out. And that's how you learn how to, or not defensive driving, situational driving, like in the snow. You learn how to handle your car if it gets into a skid.
They don't teach us that in Texas.
Yeah.
Well, no, I wonder.
We'll only need it one
What
week out of the year.
what class is this? Like, is this like to get your license?
No, this was like my uncle. He was, I was probably 16, 17 years old. Actually, I might have even been 14 or 15. And he was just too gassed up on the old PBRs to drive, so he had me do it. And then we just, whip donuts in the parking lot. I call that the school of hard knocks.
But you're a better driver because of it.
Oh, absolutely. Now I know what to do if I'm in snow or ice and I start to lose control. I know how to whip it.
All right. Why don't you? I mean, Unworthy. Let's face it. You know a lot of different. You are a person that can problem solve his way out of anything. To be honest.
Well, I don't say that. A lot of people say that about me, but I don't say that about myself.
Well, okay, fine. I'm saying that about you, but it's true though. If there was, again, a good survivalist is a good problem solver. I do have to say, from our discussion about camping last 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I started watching Outdoor Boys channel that Danny was recommending. And I am so hooked, and my kids are hooked, and my kids and I just watch it over. Like, there's so many videos now because he's done it for like 8 years, more than that maybe, and I can't get enough. This guy is incredible. Like he's such a cool guy. He knows so much. First of all, he's so smart. Second of all, he this guy, he makes me feel so lazy. He is constantly just like working, like honestly, like the amount of work he does in like just sleeping, making everything, right? And then doing, I don't know, he's like cutting down like 20 trees. He's making firewood, doing these huge structures.
And
He's
that's
like
all just
big.
while his bread's baking for breakfast.
He makes his own bread with honey. Yeah, and again, the best part was I didn't understand what Toy Addict was saying. He was like, "I want some honey butter," and I was like, "What are you talking about?" The guy has honey butter every single time, and he really does bring some substantial meals to his camp.
Mhm.
Feel less lazy if we didn't park next to the cartoon. That's not true. That's just smart. Well, I don't know. What have you guys been up to? Unworthy toys? Any pickups?
I haven't picked up anything, but I did hit up some pre-orders. I did do some pre-orders that came out. Actually, I did pick up a couple things, but I don't know where they were. They weren't anything of note, just things that I saw, and I was like, okay, those are cool. I'll take that. I'll take that. But I did pre-order like the McFarlane, Batman, not Batman, Superman, Cyborg Superman. I pre-ordered two of them because they're supposed to be a chase, so I'm hoping that I get a chase and the regular. I'll probably end up with two regulars and give one away.
Did you get that off the McFarlane website?
Yeah.
Ooh, I might have to pick that one up. I did you open that Azrael one?
I didn't open that, but I did open the Bizarro and Batzarro 2-pack, and there's some bulky boys. They're very stiff, bulky boys to be playing around with.
I saw them in the store the other day at a Target. They look cool.
No, they're absolutely great. I just don't know how well I'm going to be able. I don't think they're going to be very good for posing, but like I'm glad I
Yeah.
have them, like to for my shelf, and like I'm glad I have them for my collection. But they have single jointed elbows because they're the bigger bodies on them. So I don't know how good they're going to be for taking pictures. But the Bat Zaro is incredible. All the little details they put in on him. They still have the outline from the bat symbol where it looks like he ripped it off and flipped it upside down. He's got the utility belt that's upside down and all the pouches are hanging open. Like a lot of cool little details in that Bat Zaro. They're great figures. Just I don't know how good they're going to be for protection.
I am excited to see that one. You know what one I keep thinking about? The Kilowog one.
You missed out, man. You were all upset. You're like, I'm not spending that money.
It's still there. I keep hovering. $69. I know.
Very well worth it.
Yeah. I might wait, but yeah.
It might go down. It might go down a little.
I think it could. I think it could go down. People, do you think it, or anyone in the chat, do you think that will go down? Clint, how about yourself?
Same old. The Zabu wave of Marvel Legends is gonna start coming in next week for me, so I'll have those to open.
Oh, nice.
But in the meantime, I've made a completely random Amazon purchase last week.
Ooh.
So I've been seeing this like on lightning deals for a while now, and I thought maybe if it went down enough, I could get it on clearance for a potential diorama piece. So I got this stupid Frozen 2 castle set.
Yes.
And I gotta say, it scales pretty well.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So paint it up a little bit. I mean, you got yourself a little rooftop dio.
That
That's pretty brilliant, actually.
yeah. That looks like Spider-Man 2, like Norman Osborn's like brownstone. Wow. Pull that up again. That thing's huge.
Yeah, like I got it for $25 on clearance.
Wow, that's really good.
And like size-wise, it's perfect. Need to change the paint out or paint it up a little bit, but yeah.
Are those for like 12-inch Barbie dolls?
I think
Is that
so.
what it scales with? Okay.
Are you gonna paint it up to be similar to like the X Mansion?
Probably.
Because that says Hellfire Club to me. I don't know.
Oh
If
yeah,
that,
I was leaning more like just generic castle. It could be a Hellfire Club. It could be a Caskey Keep. All those places. So just generic castle windows, that type of stuff.
that's pretty cool. You're a pretty thrifty guy. Are you the one that put everybody onto those the Buzz Lightyear movie, like the Gatling turret gun things? And I went and bought 2 of them, thinking I was going to paint them for Power Ranger pictures, and then they just still sit in my closet, just still
Yeah.
as yellow could be.
I know that. I know that. Those purchases.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, until that wave comes in, that's been pretty much it for me.
I wish I was there to see that revelation of buying that.
Yeah, how did that come to be? Like, how did you see that enough times to be like, this is going to be something I want?
Yeah.
Well, because it showed up on my lightning deals on Amazon, and I was staring. I was doing the math and like trying to scale like what the figure that came with it in comparison to what the just a lot of visual comparisons. I'm like, what the hell? Like none of the like prop accessories or anything work at all, but the building itself works great.
Does it open up so like there's an interior too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
My wife already gives me some silly looks when some of the things come in that I order on Amazon. I'm wondering how much of a silly look I'm going to get for ordering like a Barbie playhouse. But I'm just going to tell her like, hey, Clint gave me the idea.
Don't throw my name into this.
No, usually when I make bad decisions, it's either you or Danny. I usually say, well, Clint or Danny gave me the idea.
What? Anyway,
well, I can't blame it on Danny all the time.
Majority of the time it is Danny.
True, but I can't blame it on him all the time. My wife won't let me hang out with him anymore.
Hi.
All right. Well, we won't go into spoilers, but Clint, what did you think of X-Men 97?
Like across the board or
Yeah,
specific episodes?
Let's go across the board. We can go into specific episodes later.
Okay. I mean, perfect.
Right?
I would probably give it a 9.5 out of 10.
I'd go with that. I would say this. I was not hyped for X-Men 97 whatsoever. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I'll watch it. But every episode had me hooked. I mean, sure, there were some that were better than others, and that's any series, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the writing was great. The feeling of the themes across like X-Men were perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, the storyline went fast, but they also explained that a lot of time had gone by, and it's still supposed to be a Saturday morning cartoon, kind of, sort of, really, with very mature like undertones.
And they fit a lot of plot across those 10 episodes, so it's not like pretty much like every single episode was just jam packed. Like there was no real lull to it.
Yes,
and like just Easter eggs galore, like deep cuts and everything that I freaking love. So
the one, I mean, if they had done like 12 episodes,
mm-hmm.
I wish they had gone more into. The only episode I was like, this was way too rushed, was the Goblin Queen one.
Yeah, that should have been a 2-parter, and then Life Death should have been its own singular episode.
Yeah,
and then those were the 2 ones I had issues with lengthwise.
And if they had to cut anything out, I think honestly thought the Roberto Jubilee thing, that didn't really grab me.
No.
Yeah. Unworthy, how far did you get?
I have not watched another episode since the episode Gambit died.
Okay.
Okay.
And mostly just because I haven't really had time. I know Clint doesn't believe that, but I really haven't had time. But also I did get kind of like, oh my lord, I'm so tired of talking about X-Men. Everybody's pressuring me. Have you seen it? Have you watched it? Have you finished it? And I'm always
Are
like,
they?
no, I'm
Really?
into it.
Or
Oh
is it
yeah,
just
lots of people. Oh no, it's not just you guys, not just you. I haven't had time, and I got wore out. So I don't plan on. It's not like I don't plan on watching the rest of it. I don't
Mm-hmm.
plan on finishing. It's just
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna finish it when I'm ready.
okay?
I'll have none of this Clint rushing me and telling me that I'm not
Well,
a
I
good
mean,
friend and I'm not a real fan.
I'm just saying, I watched WrestleMania.
I didn't ask
Backlash.
you to watch
I watched
WrestleMania.
all these WWE shows.
I didn't ask you to watch a single one of them.
But I knew you would appreciate that, so I watched it. I just thought, the same courtesy would be bestowed upon me. But
You're not gonna make me feel bad about this. I know what you're trying to do. It's not gonna work. I didn't ask you to watch wrestling. I've never told you to watch wrestling.
The only reason I watched X-Men was because I knew Clint was really into it, and I really wanted to support him.
yeah,
No, he's gonna make me feel bad.
yeah.
What the hell?
I mean, I don't even like X-Men, so.
I mean, there's only a few things I like Unworthy, and this was the big one, and you let me down.
For a second, I forgot that you liked X-Men. Sorry, I had a lapse in judgment.
It's true. I mean, it's really hard to. His name is Clintastic Four, but he only does like
Yeah.
X-Men shots.
I've been
so
waiting
it
for this
confusing.
new Fantastic Four movie.
Well, because I couldn't replace. Because I couldn't replace the X with a C and be a family friendly Instagram page.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
X-Men was great. Had a lot of fun with it. Can't wait for season 2. I wish season 2 happened right now.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
Spider-Man. That's it. Give us a Spider-Man. That's it. Oh, did you guys see this? I read this morning. The Amazon Spider-Man Noir show.
Yeah.
No.
Nick Cage is going to be Spider-Man
in live action.
Mm-hmm.
A weird choice. I know he did the voice acting for the movie.
So this is kind of like really different from the comics because Spider-Man Noir isn't like old.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be interesting kind of choice
to
see what they do with this. I'm excited because it's like different, whole new like Spider-Man. It's gonna be weird.
Is this going to be through the Sony umbrella or is this through?
Yeah, I think
MCU?
Yes, through Sony. Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Let's see. Machu says, "Is it weird that I prefer animation now over the live action stuff?" I agree.
No, I agree with that as well. I mean,
if they just release stuff like X-Men 97 in terms of just like the MCU stuff, I'm fine with that. Like, I don't need to see another movie.
I mean, for example, like the DC animated universe, amazing compared to a lot of the films. So I'm like,
most of their films.
Yeah,
the animated movies are way better than most of their films.
Yeah,
I really like the Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Mm-hmm.
The part 1, part 2, those were good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Part 3, I think they said part 3 comes out in July.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're cranking them right out.
Yeah, cranking them out. And I love how there was like a bookend from like the New 52 one, like Flashpoint, and it ended with Justice League Apocalypse or Dark Justice or whatever it was, and that was awesome. That if you haven't seen that, go check it out. I was like, whoa, they ended it, and it was just kind of a crazy way to do it. But yeah, animated series, like just do that stuff, and you can
Mhm.
do so much more, and then you don't have to worry about aged actors, and you don't have to wait so long, and you can just do any storyline you want,
Pretty
really.
much like
But really, really interesting choice of the. I want to see what they do with the Spider-Man noir.
Yeah,
don't they
it's
also have another
definitely.
don't they also have another Spider-Man animated series coming out?
Freshman year, or
Yeah.
did they even call it freshman year? I think they changed the name, but yeah. But basically, that's kind of like a Elseworlds where Norman Osborn becomes his like mentor.
Hmm.
Ender Shadow says, "I'd like to see an updated, spectacular Spider-Man animated show." Have you guys seen that show?
Wait,
I think I saw some of the Spectacular Spider-Man when it came out. Or
Long
maybe I'm thinking Ultimate. I might be thinking Ultimate Spider.
Ultimate came right after Spectacular, but Spectacular Spider-Man, the animation it was different, right?
hmm
But Spectacular Spider-Man had 2 seasons, and it's some of the best Spider-Man writing out there in terms of character development. Had the
right.
relationship with Gwen, had a great arc of Eddie Brock, how they were friends, and then he became Venom. It's some of the best Spider-Man storytelling out there, and it was really sad that I think it ended because Fox got bought up by Disney, and so Disney wanted to do their own Spider-Man show, so they came up with Ultimate Spider-Man afterwards, and they ended Spectacular Spider-Man. Spectacular Spider-Man was so popular, he showed up in Across the Multiverse Spider-Man movie.
I would
Um,
like to see Uncanny Spider-Man uh, series or
Nightcrawler?
movie. Yeah, the Nightcrawler Spider-Man. That seems like a pretty fucking cool story, really.
I'd totally be
That'd
on
be
that.
more like just a one episode thing, not a full series.
Maybe
Well, they could do like a
let's do
mini
3.
series, like 3 episodes.
He he wasn't Uncanny Spider-Man for that long. He's already no longer an Uncanny Spider-Man.
Oh,
They
really?
could do more with it though. Clint.
They ended that already?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
yeah,
they're rebooting the whole X-Men series. So
yeah, yeah. I saw the.
Another damn X-Men reboot. Good lord.
corporate synergy.
It's true though.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys have been extinct and then brought back and then wiped out and brought back,
Mhm.
reboot after reboot. Like I thought the whole House of X, Powers of X, like Krakoa era, like that was some of the best X-Men comics, I thought. And then
Since
now it's all
Claremont.
kind of like it's going to the wayside.
Yeah.
So yeah, are they? I didn't see how that story ended at all. But are they just done with that, or
Uh, pretty much like right now, they're wrapping everything up and seeing the dissolution of all of that. So,
so did Moira like reset it again, or
oh, how far are you in that storyline? Because a lot of stuff happened
not
with
very,
her.
not very?
Let's. Yeah, a couple of years ago, the stuff with Moira just went bonkers, and
Really bonkers.
yeah,
It just did it. Was it a big piece of the story or no?
yeah. Well, basically, she does a complete villain turn
Yeah, I knew that.
and ends up human.
Oh,
Yeah.
Which that should have happened to that bitch a long time ago. That she
I
had that.
mean, she was human, but yeah, like for the longest time she was human until this series. Then you find out she wasn't. But yeah,
I mean, she was until they shot her with the uh, basically a neutralizer gun to take away her powers. So
okay. I got to
Neutralizer.
do a
We
lot of
call that a
reading.
12 gauge here in upstate New York.
yeah,
We call that a neutralizer.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, last time we were here, and I wish Danny was here, but it's okay. We'll let's talk about this. Well, actually, in my opinion, Spider-Man will work better as a shorter series, TV series developing the sporting class, make it street level villains, make event movies that use A-list films. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that 100%.
Spider-Man's got all kinds of street level villains to choose from.
Yeah. So years ago, I think in terms of, I think I'd stopped collecting for a while. And I got really into like doomsday prepping, being prepared in case of emergency. Uh, it was one of the things that I, talk to Unworthy every once in a while about, like, hey, so Unworthy is kind of like my role model. Like, I look up to him because he can actually hunt. He actually does this stuff, whereas I just like dabble and pretend. So I brought up this bin of stuff.
Oh man, you got some gear? I can't wait.
Yeah. So I have not looked at this thing, and I'm just gonna pull out random stuff. We can talk about what we find. Wait, when you are in a doomsday situation, you gotta have yourself AM FM weather alert radio. It's a
Is that
hand,
hand crank? Yeah,
hand crank.
gotta have it.
Gotta
You
have
can
those.
charge your phone with that one. Looks like.
Yep, you can charge your phone. See that?
You can be cranking for a while with some of these new phones.
But the TV ain't gonna be on. So what else are you gonna do?
Gotta find some way to get all those arm exercises in.
What is
No
that?
Don't give me that look, Clint.
Is this, what is this? I don't even know what this is. Oh, this is
You don't need it. If you don't know what it is, you don't need it.
I think I just bought this for my driveway and I just stuck it in here. So this is just so I need to install this. So oh, this is awesome that I found that. That's cool. All right, I have a bunch of flashlights. I got
You
this
never have
flashlight
enough flash.
from Brookstone. Actually, I'm gonna use this. I have a 5-in-1 survival toolkit. Notice how all these are still in box. Like,
Yeah, well, you haven't had to do much surviving yet. You can't hold that against you.
because it has the directions on in the back too. So this one has 5 essential survival tools. It's waterproof. It has a waterproof matchbox, a compass, signaling whistle, signaling mirror, a fire starter flint, and a neck lanyard. Like all survival tools, you need a neck lanyard.
Yeah, I mean, you want to have your whistle. I almost called it something else. You want to have your whistle.
Yeah. Yeah, the whistle. Like, do you have a whistle? Just in
I
case if you
don't.
get lost in the woods.
No, I don't have a whistle. I'll find you before you'll need to find me.
Yeah, fair point. Portable water purification tabs. So I think it's iodine, right?
Tablets. Yeah.
Emergency drinking germicidal tablets. Makes questionable water bacteriologically suitable to drink.
I love the wording. Suitable. Suitable to drink.
Provenly effective against giardia when used as directed.
It will still iodine. If you don't boil your water before you use the iodine, you will still get some pretty irritable stomach issues going on.
Okay, so always boil, but boil and put this in.
Yeah, boil and then iodine.
Because boiling, like, all right, correct me if I'm wrong. Boiling doesn't kill everything, right? Even if you boil.
It kills most of the stuff, though, that will give you the flaming liquid poop.
Got it. So just boil
Most of it, but iodine is still good. You still want
it's just like a second, like,
Yeah.
just
like,
in
I
case.
mean, anything to keep from getting diarrhea in the woods, really.
Yeah, sure. What is this? Opening this up. Oh, okay.
I wish I had known you were going to do this. I have a whole bunch of survival gear I brought in.
You do it next time. It won't come in. Oh, cool. Survival knife.
That's a knife. No, that's a knife.
Nar.
What the hell?
SOG is a good brand too.
Is it? Let's open this thing out. Let's see what's
Now, do you know how to sharpen a knife? If you don't have a knife sharpener in your survival,
okay,
kit, really should
hold on. We haven't gone through everything yet. I think I have a knife sharpener. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is it. The jungle primitive, everyone.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Let's see what this one looks like.
Looks like it's got the saw serrations on the backside of it. That's pretty handy. Until you slip and then your hand goes down that serrated end. Ooh.
Comes with this cool case. And then, yikes.
That's a knife. That's definitely a knife.
Oh my god. All right, well, I bought that, people.
This gives me an amazing idea for one of the episodes that Danny and I are going to do like live, person to person, and maybe Legion's Con is a great time. I'm going to bring like my get home bag or my bug out bag or whatever.
Okay.
I'm going to bring it, and I'm going to just lay it there, and Danny's going to open it up and go through it, and then Danny's going to explain what everything is.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. I also have this hunting knife. Comes with some flint.
Yeah. Knives are good bartered items too.
Mm-hmm.
This is a nice modest. This is a modest one. Like, so it comes with some cordage on there. Yeah, when you're in a survival situation, people, you need some cordage.
You do.
We got flint in here. Pull that out. I can't. And then you got. I'm not sure why I can't pull this knife out.
I hope to God you don't cut your hand open.
I know. Oh, here we go. We got it. Yeah.
Cool. Oh, that's a knife. That's a knife. Nice Tonto blade. That's all like that.
For those of you tuning in, yes, we did a
welcome to Survival Talk.
Survival Talk. There was a time where I stopped collecting toys and I started collecting Doomsday stuff.
Well, I mean, the world was looking pretty doomy for a while. You didn't want to buy anything other than something that would maybe protect you.
Fair point, yeah. Magnesium fire starter.
Mm-hmm.
Need that. I have like several of those.
I mean, you don't need it, but it's nice to have.
Yeah. I mean, I always have a lighter or 5 in my vicinity, and I pack my bag full of lighters too. Like I don't care. Back when I was a smoker, I would buy the packages of the Vicks. It's like 6 lighters for $2.
You said you need a knife sharpener? Yeah, I got one of those.
Yeah, that's definitely what they marketed as. That's marketed as a knife sharpener. You know what? That actually would be pretty good for like your fillet knives for fishing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what these? I just found these. You know what these are? Every survivalist needs throwing knives.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you got to practice with them though. You're gonna look pretty silly if you pull out your throwing knives. You start hucking them, and they're just like, the handles hitting.
I think like on top of the, it's funny like looking at the opening this thing and seeing like the journey of a madman, like, like oh, I got really into survival gear and fire starters. I have all these fire starters, and then you're like, oh wait, you have all these different knives that you went overboard on. And then,
most people that talk survival stuff are like, oh, all you need is the 5.56, some 9mm, and some 5.56. Well, there's more to it than that.
because I just found these on top of the throwing knives. I got myself a pair of batarangs. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I
It's not.
mean,
No,
you
it's
might
not,
as well.
guys. It's not a batarang.
Is it a bottle opener?
What? It's a Batman utility knife.
Okay.
But
I mean, that's kind of worse.
oh god. Um, I'm not even gonna open this.
Yeah.
Black Batman batarang shaped folding knife. Yeah.
I mean, I
Why did I
prefer
get
doing it with
this?
the batarang.
Jesus. What is? Oh my gosh. All right. What else do I have in here? A first aid kit. You mean band-aids?
They
Again,
also those kits a lot of time, like those pre-built kits, they have like a lot of anti-diarrheal stuff in it, which is
yeah,
very handy. I think
yeah,
people underestimate how often, if you're in a survival situation, you're living off the land, eating berries, drinking questionable water. I don't think people understand you're gonna get diarrhea pretty quick.
yeah.
Like, so those first aid kits are pretty handy for that. And if
Um,
you don't get any boo boos, there's mountains of gauze. You know, if you run out of any, you run out of sleeves to rip off for the cleanup. You know.
that's okay. Now, have you like been in situations where you needed to like live off the land like that?
Um, no, not like in a survival sense. No, I've done a lot of camping where I've lived off of water sources and whatever I could catch or forage for. And
Um,
even that, you can get pretty bad, stomach issues going on from eating the wrong things. You know, there's a lot of knowledge. People see berries and they're like, "Oh, look at, I'm going to survive now. We got berry bushes." Most of those berries going to give you some really bad diarrhea.
got it. Like, do you know what kind of berries to eat if you were out there?
um,
If you like,
so
oh, don't eat this or eat this.
I used to. I still have a pretty good grasp on it, but I had a car accident and I had a head injury and I lost a lot of my color sight. So like
Hmm.
I have a hard
Oh,
time with I have a harder time with it. But
got it.
I keep a book. I keep a book in my bag that if I need to eat berries or plants, like like gives you like a shape, the shapes of the plants, the berries,
Uh,
and like how to give them a little taste test without eating the damn thing and possibly poisoning yourself.
got it. Wait, you like? Don't you like put it like on your set like your armpit or something? Sensitive of your skin. See if
Uh,
there's a reaction.
well, for like for leafage, yes. Like
Oh, okay.
there's edible grasses and plants and stuff that don't have berries, and definitely you want to give that a little somewheres where it's not going to, you don't want to like test the top of your arms and then like wipe your nose in just in case, if it's
Oh,
something that's
okay.
going to give you a rash and then you wipe your nose and now your face is all swelled up too.
Sure, sure, sure.
So you want to go. Usually, if I had to do that, I would say somewhere down like on the calf, like hike my jeans up a little and rub a little on the calf because it's like there's no way that my calf is ever going to get to my face or anywhere where it's going to spread.
Um, let's take a break because Trash Picture Show has a good question. Question for you: controlled lighting sources or natural light for figure photography? What's your desired technique? I love a good natural light photo. Any point. It depends on what I'm shooting, really. But typically, most of my shots are controlled lighting.
Yeah, same here. Pretty much all of my shots are controlled lighting. So
And very rarely do I ever have the right opportunity to do anything outside and get use of natural light.
yeah,
Yeah. Really depends on what you're doing.
Mhm.
Some cordage.
You got to have that.
You got to have cordage. Stormproof matches.
Always good.
Those are good. Some Mylar blankets.
Those are actually very handy too for a lot of things, not just keeping you warm.
Explain.
You can, if you're stranded somewhere and you got an open enough area,
Yeah.
and there's possibility that a plane or a helicopter or some sort of search party is going to be going over. If you have enough of that, you can,
Oh,
mark
okay.
out an area. It's very reflective.
How do you know all this stuff? Like, how do you did you
uh,
read a book or?
I've read a lot of books. I don't know. I also have in my group of friends.
Yeah.
We're all kind of like survivalists. We read a lot of survival books, shit. I'm drawing a blank on the names. Borrowed World and the Mad Mick stories. There's a lot of like fiction books that give you a lot of these tips.
Got it.
Like they're actual military people or survivalist people that write these fictional books. Just for the sake of jamming it full of information.
This might not be all of my stuff, but it's just around. I gotta find the one. But
God, I should hope that's not all of your stuff.
I have fire starter right here because I'm coming to the end, and I know I bought some other stuff, a bunch of other stuff. So I just don't know where it is, but we'll figure it out. But I also have the meals and all that. But going back to the throwing knives, I know we
You
joked.
got to get a set of batarangs. You got to get a real set.
I already did.
Yes.
They're right here, guys. I got
those.
3.
We are gonna squirrel hunt with those things.
Okay. It's right here. Here's the case.
Yes.
I found them. I was like, oh yes, this is it.
Perfect. You could throw that other knife thing away. I don't know what good that's
I
gonna
don't
do.
know what that.
I don't know what good these are gonna do either. We'll probably lose them because they're black.
Let's bring them.
We're definitely gonna try it out.
They're really sharp at the top.
Oh, it'll stick you from all angles.
Yes, batarangs. You can't, I think that's everything in this box, but oh my gosh. I'll find box number 2 later, but you got to do the same thing. I love the idea of Danny describing what is in your bug out bag.
Yeah.
What is it? I'm waiting for the pocket fisherman to be.
You know what? I see a lot of these reels and stuff like on TikTok and Instagram where people have made like slingshot fishing, like the slingshot fishing. I guess it's a reel. It's got a reel on it, but it's like a little slingshot with a tube, and they draw.
Oh, I've seen that too. Yeah.
I want to buy one of those just for when we go fishing, just to see if we can catch any good bass with it.
You should you should be like, Danny, this is actually how I fish. This is my fishing reel.
This is yeah. This is the only way to catch bass. What do you mean you didn't know that?
It's a special bass. It's a bass rod.
Have you ever done bow fishing?
That I was just about to say that's something I want to really try. Like, that looks like a lot of fun.
I'm terrible at it.
Really? I mean, it's hard because you have to first of all, the fish is underwater. So then how do you account for it? You have to shoot in front of it or in back of it?
Depends on where the sun's at.
Oh, okay.
If the sun's in front of you, you want to aim ahead of it. If the sun's behind you, you want to aim behind it.
Okay.
In relation to wherever the sun is.
Yeah.
But I think I've only got like 3 fish that way ever. I've done it a lot. I'm terrible at it.
3 more than I have ever gotten, so that's pretty cool. I can't imagine what you felt when you got it, when you bagged it. That must have been felt a good feeling.
Well, I mean, yeah, yeah. After about 42 times of not getting one, finally getting one seems like a pretty big win.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel good. I want to try that. I want to try uh it's not, is it spearfishing when you're like holding it and then you let go and it just like shoots underwater? Is that spearfishing? It's not spearfishing.
Like this, like a spear gun.
It's a spear gun, sort of, but it's an elastic that's like wrapped around your arm, and you have like the spear, and you just like let it go, and then it just shoots forward.
I'm not sure what that is, but it sounds like a lot of fun. Other than I don't like being in water that I can't touch the bottom or see the bottom. So.
Yeah. There's I think there are guys that snorkel and can hold their breath and go down like really deep and do spearfishing.
Mhm.
And there was one guy who was down, I think he had gone down like 26 feet or maybe more than that, maybe 200 feet or something like that. 26 doesn't sound so impressive, but uh, it he held his breath for a very, very long time while trying to hunt for a fish. It's not like you're underwater just like, holding your breath. You're swimming and you're pursuing a fish and trying to
Yeah,
find,
you're
yeah,
active. You're
yeah.
burning up all the oxygen you're holding.
Like that's too much for my body to handle.
I tried noodling one time, which is like when you go,
Oh,
catfishing. When
with
you
your
just try catching
hand?
with your arm. Yeah,
Yeah.
I did that one time, and like the first few spots that I went, it was kind of like a guided thing. The people like they buried like 55-gallon drums, which would where the catfish would go into,
Uh-huh.
so they had like all these spots where you were guaranteed basically to see something. The first two that they took me, that we went to, there was nothing in it, and then on the third one, I'm not very good with being underwater. I'm not a good swimmer. I don't like being in water that I can't see through. And on the third one, I had got down there and I was already ramped way up, and I got down and I stuck my arm in, and I could feel the fish. And then as I'm like digging around trying to get where I could get a hold of its mouth, I had a complete panic attack, and I jetted back to the top, and they're like, "Is there something in there?" I go, "Yep," but I'm done. And then I spent the rest of the day on the little like the little jet boat there, the airboat, going around with them, and didn't get back in the water once. So I had a
So you had to
massive.
dive down to do it? Usually what I've seen is like you're kind of just like in standing water, like feeling around.
Yeah, it's usually not water much more deeper than your chest,
Yeah.
but like so the first two I didn't have to go underwater, but then like
Yeah.
the rest of them it was in rainy wet season, so like the water had risen, so
Oh.
like you had to get down, you didn't have to go way down and like dive, but like you did have to get your head down underneath there to actually be able to get shoulder deep in this thing. And as soon as I did that, I had a complete panic attack, and it's like that's it, I'm done. Take me back to those first spots.
What what does it feel like when they bite on does it hurt?
I don't know. I didn't get that far. I felt
Okay.
it. And like with catfish, they have pretty hard spines, like
Yeah.
the in their dorsals and all that. Like there's spines that'll actually stab you. So like the whole time I was trying to feel around when I felt the fish in there. Like I was trying to feel around and make sure I wasn't running my hand the wrong direction and skewering it. And then like I was able to like get around to where its head was, but then I freaked out out of it. So I don't know what it feels like to have them grab a hold.
So what I've noticed was during this conversation, Clint just like totally checked out, which I understand. Um,
Now you know what it's like. Yeah.
uh, Clint, do you fish at all? I know you kind of mentioned that like Your family likes to camp and all that stuff, but you're not.
No, I'm pretty much against it.
Of fishing?
He's an indoorsy guy.
Yeah.
Like against it, or you're just like, nah, I just don't do it.
Well, my family was always really into, especially fishing. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to do it. And I just insisted on that for 20 years. So,
There's no moral compunction. You don't think it's wrong for
no.
fish. You just don't want to do it.
And also,
Got it. Yes.
I don't like the cleaning of the fish. So I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
good
not.
with everything. Like, honestly, I'm good with everything else up until that. But no,
I
Now,
don't
you like to eat fish, though.
not really.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm okay with cleaning a fish. I just don't know. I don't necessarily how to fillet it. So like in like my dad, he's Chinese. Like we're all Chinese. We eat the whole fish, right? So we
Right.
just like clean it and then steam it, whatever, and then you worry about the bones while you're eating it and you're like spit it out, right? But I don't necessarily how to. What I really want to learn is how to successfully like fillet a fish, like make fillets.
Definitely boning it is the hard thing, too, because I had a bone go right up. Back when I had real teeth, I had a bone go right in between my teeth and, like, stab right into my gums, and that's a
Oh,
miserable
jeez.
experience.
Yeah, what I mean, I'm very careful when I eat the fish, but yeah. I think I swallowed one and got like stuck right here. I had to like go to the doctor. Trash picture show. You can follow me at toy.father on Instagram. You got Unworthy Collector on Instagram. And then we got Clintastic4 on Instagram. So follow us, we'll follow you back.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's
all I got for camp stuff.
Clint, do you have any survival tips other than stay where there's AC?
Run like hell.
See, I really want like a fishing show with the four of us.
5. We gotta have Chewy. That way, Clint's
Oh,
got
yes.
someone to hang out with in the AC.
Well, yeah, okay. With all of like anyone who's been on Toy Talk, definitely. Like get Josh in there too. That'd be hilarious. Like I want to see what threshold there is for fishing.
Well, I have
There's
a lake cabin and a
what?
boat.
Let's go to Texas. That's where we could do our camping.
Texas has some of the best fishing.
Mm-hmm.
It really does. Like the bass are just
Yeah.
unreal there. I just
super
like
bass.
yeah, they are. It's like where we live, Unworthy. Like the bass are so picky. Like in Texas, they'll eat anything and they just attack anything.
Are you talking about the fish or Texans? Because both points are correct.
Both.
I catch bass on hot dogs up here. I don't know what you're talking about, bass.
Do you really?
Hell yeah. Yeah, there's some. I got several spots around here. I'm hoping like this summer, Danny and I have talked about, Toy Addict and I have been talking about getting together and doing, like, I'm going to go to where he lives and do some stuff with him and film it. And he's going to come up here. He wants me to take him hunting. I'm not going to take him hunting, but I'll take him fishing. And I'm going to take him to some of these places that I know. I take a package of hot dogs. That's all I take. Throw a couple slivers of fucking hot dog on there, throw it out there, boom, you got bass all day. And perch.
Perch, yeah. Really?
Yeah.
I feel like here I gotta buy a special like jig, whatever it is. Like time of day doesn't matter what it is. You got to switch to worm. You got to go back to it's before dusk. You got to go to top water. Like I'm like, oh,
Definitely time of day matters. You don't really want to go after them when it's noon, sun's at its highest, it's hot as a bastard. Stay away. You're not gonna get any bad. Bluegill, get a lot of bluegill and sunfish.
a lot of bluegill all day. All right, let's do it for Lead Wisconsin at least.
Yeah,
just like even if it's for like 2 hours.
There's got to be some place that you can go. I mean, got to.
Yeah.
Even if it's just like the little channel underneath the bridges.
Yeah, the channel right next to the highway. Yeah.
Got to be
I'm
something
totally,
in that.
I think that would be fun. I'm not eating that fish though. So
No, you know what? Danny's gonna want to like cook it. He's like a real
he,
survivalist. He's gonna be
he,
like, "All right, we caught one. Where's the? How do we start a fire?"
let's start the fire. Who's got the bread?
You got the bread mix.
Yeah. All right. Well, I did say we were gonna keep it tight tonight, but you guys got plugs? Unworthy, a worthy addiction this Thursday. What's going on?
Yes, Danny and I have Spiro toys coming on this Thursday.
Oh,
I'm
nice,
super
Jason.
excited. Yeah, I'm super excited about it. And then
Jason,
after we were talking about how excited I was, I got realizing like I'm a big fan of these toys and the comics, and like I want to talk to these guys. And then I'm just worried that he's going to ask me how many I have, and I don't really have that many.
they never do.
Like for such a big fan, I only have a few, but I'm excited about having Spiro toys now. It's going to be good.
That's also, like Brick. Something's gonna be on and highly articulated too, or
I
is it just
think
Jason?
I think it's just Jason.
Okay, got it. Well, that'll be fun. He's always a good time.
Yeah, I've seen, and he seems like an awesome guest. I've seen him on, I've seen him on your guys' show. I've seen him on this show. So I'm looking forward to it.
That's awesome. If you haven't checked out Toy Daddies, last week we had Dan Yoon from the Marvel team join us. He was an awesome guest. Like,
That was a fantastic episode, by the way. So
thank you.
Yes, and congratulations on the milestone you guys hit.
We got 1,000, baby.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
once you hit 1,000, my goodness, it just keeps going. Like,
mhm.
I'll drink. I don't know. I can't drink to 1,000, but I'll drink to you guys hitting 1,000.
thanks, buddy.
Cheers to you.
Yeah, we were really excited. We've been working hard, and so like, we can't wait to just continue with the shows that we have going. Dan Yoon was an awesome guest. That was a lot of fun, and he told us that there was going to be a big drop this week, and he was not lying.
Nope.
Hulkbuster comes out, and I'm gonna be ordering that one. He was absolutely right. So
Is
that was
that
fun.
that's not a HasLab, is it?
No, it's just a
It's part of their 85th collection.
85th collection. Yeah, that one looks cool.
Oh, yeah.
Looks cool. That's a definite get for me. Are you gonna get it, Clint?
No.
Okay.
No hesitation.
No. There's a good one.
About-
No, I'm not gonna get it. And I don't think we have a guest this week. But I'm moving. Look for new toy adventures with Toy Father. One drop this weekend. I'm working on my Toy Father toy hunts with his father video coming up.
I
I've
can't see that one.
I've showed some pieces of it, but I can't wait to share that one with you because I don't think the toy community is ready for my dad. But very excited for that one. And it's opened up some other things that I think I want to do with my dad, so that would be great. Just tighten up the pitch this week. Really? I thought it was pretty tight. Everyone in the chat, thanks for joining us.
Speaking
Go
of
ahead.
pitch, I don't know if we have the time still. I do have some new toy Talkymon cards that I can
Oh, let's
show.
see them.
A special new set that's coming out that we've got the first look at here.
All right, I'm gonna share it. What is this?
So this is going to be, back in the original, because these aren't Pokemon cards. We can't call them Pokemon cards. They're Toy Talkymon.
Right.
Okay.
But if you remember back in the originals, Eevee would only, or the fossils. I mean, like you had to put the fossil down on your bench. And Chris, I'm not calling you a fossil. I'm just saying, like, you had the fossil down before you could evolve it to the main, the main attraction.
Yeah.
Right? So we're getting our first look here at the creator's notebook, which you may play this onto your bench as if it were a 70 HP Talkimon with no retreat. At any time, you may return it to your card or to your hand to avoid having it knocked out. And for one energy, any kind of energy, you can use the attack Elevator Stall, and your opponent's active Talkimon is now confused and cannot attack.
Where did you come up with this?
Now, there's special cards that are going to be going along with this, and I can show off 3 of them that go along with this.
Okay, yeah, let's see it.
Oh, that's not the right direction. That's not the right direction either.
What is that?
That was a game that we played on the other show. Hold on. So much like Eevee only evolved with a Thunderstone to make it Jolteon. There's also some cards that go along with the creator's notebook. And the first one is the worn out hay rake. You may play this onto any of your active or bench creator's notebook artifacts to evolve it into any Hayman card that you may have in your deck.
Oh my gosh.
So this
I
is going to be
love
pretty powerful if you're playing a Hayman.
This is so creative.
And the next one.
That's a farm. That farm is what I imagine Laserman's farm to be. Very much like that.
The next one, you've got a rusty milk jug item that you can play. You may, same thing, you may evolve any creator's notebook artifact that you have active or on your bench into any Mooterin card.
Oh my
And
gosh.
of course, you can't have Hayman and Mooterin without having this tool in your toolbox, the laser pointer. Which,
Oh
if you play
man.
this on top of your creator's notebook, you can search your deck for any Laserman card that is in your deck and
This is
evolve
fantastic.
into a Laserman. So there will be some Mooterin, Laserman, and Hayman cards coming for everybody that's been waiting with anticipation.
I love this. Like, first of all, I'm glad you don't watch X-Men because all this time is obviously spent on this.
Mhm.
This is fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. Man, I don't even know where to start with those. That's great. And Diggs Figs. Yes, I did. I just didn't see what that was.
He thought it was. Listen, he knows who I am, Diggs. He thought it was some weird thing.
Yeah, I was like, wait, hold up. All right. Anything else? You guys want to
Nope,
play?
that's it for now.
I love that. So like more to come later. Now, are you working on making these physical or like physical cards, or are they just like drawn up for now?
I am hoping to make some physical copies. The problem is I'm not very good at removing things that make it obviously a Pokemon card. So I do need to avoid lawsuits, but I am hoping to get some of these made into physical cards to be able to either as stickers or as physical cards to give out to people.
That's awesome. Great idea. Oh, hold up. Trash Picture Show. I got recommended a bunch of toy channels after binging the whole situation today. Saw you were live. Do you do customs? Do we do
Well,
customs? Well, let me
someone
just show you.
definitely does.
I'm kind of a customizer myself, Trash Picture Show. If you see down here, I am the founder of Laserman. What's Laserman, you ask? Laserman this is where I'm going to tighten my pitch, guys, okay? Laserman, when I was 9 years old, I drew my own comic book named Laserman. Basically, what Laserman was to me was a boy who turned into a man because he believed. And in the power of friendship, forged a relationship where Laserman and his best friend still haven't worked this out, guys. So I'm just like, really. Laserman and his best friend became enemies. So we have Larry Laserman, who is the son of a wealthy dairy conglomerate CEO. And one day he was out milking his best friend cow and he got kicked in the chest. And there was a medical emergency. So what they needed to do was perform emergency surgery that night, but they couldn't get to the hospital in time. So what they did was they called the local doctor in, and he had to say, this boy needs a heart transplant. There was no hearts except the heart from his best friend cow. So they performed that night. Little did they know there was a meteor shower that was about to hit Greenacre Farm. And in that meteor was special a special
energy.
Yeah, that actually many people were looking for, in terms of they were expecting this meteor to hit, but it hit while they were hooked up to some medical gear, the cow and Larry. And what happened was that Larry needed a special containment suit to hold all the harnessed meteor energy in him. And so he came up with he didn't another whole backstory. I really gotta clean this up, guys. Sorry.
We'll work on
We're
it.
already
We'll work.
2 minutes into this.
Yeah. Sorry. So that night, Laserman was formed, and so I am a customizer, and I made my own Laserman right here,
Beautiful.
Oh, there it is.
right
A real
there,
piece of
Laserman.
art.
Not only that, he has his own villains of a gallery. So not only did it affected all of the people that were working on that farm. We're talking like hundreds of people. So this is his best friend cow, Mooterin, the mystic, the divine bovine.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Does
Put
he
you in
have
a
a
utter dimension.
quick question?
Yep.
Does he have a mood ring?
Ooh, it's going on the notes.
I know.
Mood ring.
You got to put 2 extra O's in it. Mood.
Mood ring. Let's go in there.
And this is Mooterin is his best friend, ally / possible enemy.
Possible enemy, probably enemy turn back to best friend.
Yeah, it's his friend.
In front of me. This is Sputterman, made by the amazing Diggs Figs. Sputterman, his origin story is he actually skipped work that day, but he didn't want to let anyone know, so he pretended that he had the powers of a potato and just throws potatoes.
Which potatoes are pretty hard. If you've ever been hit with a potato, it's definitely a defensive weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Reflection.
I forgot about her.
Then we have we're working on this name, Fecal Matter. Originally was Shitstorm, but Fecal Matter. And then this one, I do like this one. Hey man.
Hey man.
Hey man.
And then one of my faves right now that I'm playing with. Our boy Yimbo reviews everything. Yimboner. Oh.
That man is swole.
Mm-hmm.
Arm days every day.
That's how he gives such good hugs.
Yep.
I want to know. You got to have some sort of backstory for the sailor hat.
So what happened was, so this farm is also near a coastline, and the
Yes, it's true.
sailor Yimbo the sailor man accidentally went upriver, and the meteorite hit his boat, and that's how he became Yimboner.
I like that. One of the origin stories was that he drank radiated meteor milk, or he fell into a vat of meteor milk.
Meteor milk.
It doesn't explain the hat, but it could be just that the hat was there and he thought it looked good.
I mean, it's not a bad look.
I just thought of another villain.
You should be hired to reboot the Action League now from the Clip Lamp show.
Okay. So, one of the meteorites hit a donkey.
Okay, where are you going with
but
this?
it became ravenous and carnivorous, like almost like werewolf, feral like.
Okay,
Meet Eeyore.
meet Eeyore.
Unworthy got it.
I like it.
Meet
Eeyore.
Eeyore.
Eeyore's public domain now, so we can get away with it.
Is it?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
I know a random amount of copyright knowledge from college, so.
That's hilarious.
Did any of the pigs on the farm become afflicted and maybe grow wings, because you could call them swine flu, like swine FLEW.
Say that one more time. Swine
Flu. Like if any of the pigs got afflicted and maybe got superpowers and grew wings. But it's like
swine
swine
flu. Got
FLEW.
it. Got it. Pigs with wings. I'm putting all these down. Meet ER.
How many notebooks are you on now? I was like, this got to be like
it's one note. That's it.
Well, so the ones that we talked about, I don't think that they would be standalone villains, but I think they'd be henchmen to like a rival farmer who has his own horde of mutated farm animals.
I like that idea. Okay.
Buying up all the bulk radiated milk and giving it to his animals. That's not a bad idea. That's like classic villain shit.
Yeah.
So, rival farmer has his own animal villains. Okay, I like that.
You could have like a goat that walks on two legs and he's like real quick with like quick draw guns now because of this power, and it's like the kid, you know.
He's the what?
The kid, like Billy the Kid. He's a goat. The kid.
But he's a goat. Okay.
Oh.
Because a baby goat is a kid.
Got it.
How many heroes are we at? Got villains for days. Well, I mean, Shitstomper is kind of like that's just additional.
That's an extra. That's just another villain. I mean, that's just another armor.
Right, like the Hulk Buster, but
exactly.
Buster, yeah.
I mean, we do. I mean, we have the toxic.
We need to make a Wikipedia soon because I'm losing track.
Yeah, we definitely need a Wikipedia. Somebody get on that.
How do we do that? Like, we just write it?
I think so. Isn't Wikipedia mostly just made up shit? Like
Well, it
people
wouldn't be like
it.
Wikipedia. It'd be like Wikia or something like that.
Laserpedia is what we need.
How many hairs? I don't even know.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
the
Superman kind of sounds like he might be like half and half good, half bad. Bad because he took off from work and lied about it. But at least he's
Oh, I
trying.
thought you were saying half and half because of Gary.
No, that's not. That is a good point though. Half and half also bad.
Don't know how I landed here, but I love Action League. What?
Welcome. We don't know how you
Yeah.
landed here either, but welcome.
No idea. I like, it all started with there was a guy in here talking about something, and I
How
didn't
did
know
you,
where
how
it
did
came
do you
from.
make customs? And oh hell yes, Chris makes customs.
Yeah, and I make customs. That's right. There was another guy before that though. I like this one. There should be a kung fu master who loves his sister and can only fight manure monsters called shit kicker. Okay. What does so one mean? What do you mean?
So one hero, just the one.
Oh, so one. Yeah. This is one.
I think honestly, with all the good promotion and all the work that Diggs does for the Laserman IP, I think there ought to be a Diggs character.
Working on it. Do you have an idea, Clint?
He's like a coal miner or something because, like he accidentally digs up some meteorite and becomes a super digger or something like.
Well, we got to be careful.
Very much. I was
Be careful.
Yeah. I know. He has extreme shoveling powers.
I like the idea of coal miner, and I also like the idea of him being a coal miner but turns everything into diamonds.
Ooh.
Or he could also be a villain. He turns all your diamonds into coal.
Oh, I like that too.
He does both.
He can do both, depending if he likes you. Coal miner turns diamonds into coal, and coal into diamonds.
And like maybe the the promiscuous female farmhand that was exposed, like she was using like the rake, and then like the rake got fused to her back, and you could call her the backhoe.
Well, see, I
Is
don't
that
think
too on the nose?
no. I like that. I don't think Yimbo is a bad guy. I think Yimbo, he's kind of like an outsider. He's like kind of a Nick Fury, I would say.
He's the one from the shadows assembling the team.
Although I did like Diggs Fig's thing where Mooterin, he had a shot of Mooterin asking Yimboner for the what was the initiative? It wasn't Laserman initiative. What was the initiative? Anyway. Yes, Diggs Fig, there needs to be a Diggs Fig's character.
Yes.
We have a rough idea. Coal miner.
We're gonna get this fleshed out.
I like the idea of a coal miner. We need to. We got to stick with coal miner.
Well,
but I think
that's
coal miner. It would have to be like a young kid, like a coal miner.
Yeah, like his name is Cole. Yeah,
coal miner. That's it.
No, just coal because he's a miner already.
Coal.
Yeah. I love these brainstorming sessions.
Yeah, these are great. I mean, we got so many. Mood ring. I like mood ring. Meteor. Swine flu. That one got me. I like that one.
I don't know. I hope you're feeling well.
Anti-laser initiative. That's what it was. All right. Well, yeah. What about the rival farmer? What should he be?
Oh man.
Could be a woman, and her name is Slaybell.
We do lack a lot of
Yeah, we do need
women.
a female presence.
So,
Sleigh
I
bell.
mean, backhoe is still on the table.
Sleigh bell is okay. Sleigh bell. Like, how are you spelling sleigh? I
SLAY.
okay, yeah, that's right. Like sleigh bell.
I can't. I honestly, I could give you like a bunch more female character names, but they're all going to be very derogatory, and I don't think this is the place for the
No.
that part of the brain.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to think some. Maybe there will be a female hero.
Laser Susan.
I love that one.
She just spins around.
Yep.
Oh, this is so stupid.
It is not. Don't say that.
Oh, Laser Susan, that's so good. Oh, we gotta do Laser Susan. We gotta do Laser Susan. So good. Oh my gosh, Laser Susan. That's perfect. Yeah. Oh yeah. Diggs did make Ultraviolet. That was a good one. Ultraviolet. I liked what was the Cyclops one? It was like laser beams. Or laser face. Laser face. I like laser face. Laser
Yeah, I think
Susan.
we keep focusing on like the farm aspect. Like, there's not really a lot of lasers on a farm, so maybe it is time to regroup and think of some more laser centric characters.
Laser Susan is perfect though. All right, I got to start thinking about who I want to mod out as Laser Susan. Well, that was fun. We did a lot today.
Yes, we did.
All right. Everyone in the chat, you've been fantastic. Thank you for the new people coming in. I'm so happy that you guys found us. Trust Picture Show. I'm going to check out your account. Also, AdLat75. As always, KJ Smith, thanks for joining us. Diggs Figs, always a pleasure. Or, you know, he's everywhere. Flynn Cobb, Pregnant Pause. Pregnant Pause. Oh, that's pretty good. Pregnant Pause. I like that one.
When I read that, all I could think of was like my wife eats Panda Paws ice cream. That's what I was like when I saw Pregnant Paws. I was like, ice cream. Ice cream's made from milk. That makes sense.
Everyone in the chat, you guys were great. And next week we'll be back. All right, we need to let's choose next week. We're gonna do RRR. Is that what the movie was?
Yes.
Okay, next week is RRR. We'll do the movie RRR. So we'll review RRR next week and go into a deep dive of that. We'll talk about maybe Unworthy will show us some survival gear. And that'll be fun. All right, thanks everyone. We'll see you next week for another episode of Toy.